Hey everybody, so I have brought hubby onto the channel again to talk with you all. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, honey? He has this whole thing. Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
You're not gonna say your name?
Nah, I don't feel like it.
Okay. Anyway.
So the name's Eddie Phoenix on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? It's just, wow, Eddie Phoenix, go find me, you know what I'm saying? I got a vlog, you feel me? The Mythos Collective, you know, you can go subscribe to that on my YouTube, you know what I'm saying? You know, link in the description below, you feel me?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Anyway, I've got Daryl on the show today. Did you say your name or okay? Anyway, I've got Daryl on today because I wanted to talk to you guys. We actually went ahead and did the he didn't do it.
I watched.
I went ahead and I did the HSG test, and I want to tell you all what it was like. Not because I want to talk about that very almost traumatizing experience, but because I know that, you know, when you're getting ready to take the test, you kind of want to know like what's it gonna be like and how it was for other people. So I wanted to go ahead and share that with you all, just in case you want to take the test, or you know you've taken the test and you just need a little bit of sympathy. The HSG test is actually a test to...
The HSG test is a test to basically assess whether or not you have polyps or fibroids within your uterus and any blockage within your fallopian tubes and abroad. So basically it is dye that is secreted inside of your uterus, checks all that.
Through a catheter.
Through a catheter. Goes throughout your fallopian tubes, comes out the other side, hopefully if you are healthy enough. And sometimes even unblocks the path if it is blocked. So we'll get into that in a second.
What does the HSG stand for?
Wow.
Histopalingram. HSG.
I got you.
Histosalpingogram test.
I got it. Okay. Here we go. What does HSG stand for?
Here's information from acronyms and abbreviations, the free dictionary.
HSG stands for
good luck trying to read that. Good.
Hysterosalpingogram test.
That was alright.
Hysterosalpingogram.
Say that 10 times fast.
Hysterosalpingogram.
Moving on.
The
hystosalpingogram basically is just, once again, a way to assess whether or not you have any blockage in your uterine lining inside of your fallopian tubes. Blah, blah, blah. Technical stuff. Y'all ain't no doctors. Y'all don't care. Well, some of you are. So...
Anyway, for us people who don't know what that means, it's basically just this test where they take a catheter full of ink and put it in my uterus, and the ink goes all up around my tubes and stuff just to make sure that there's nothing there that's, you know, stopping a child from being able to be conceived and born. So anyway, the HSG test is, my doctor let me know when she scheduled it. She was like, I'm gonna go ahead and also schedule you some pain medicine because it is painful. And I was like, ah, man, this is gonna be like really painful. So I started, you know, doing research, looking on YouTube and stuff. And you know, you got people on there who are like, oh, it didn't even hurt that bad, and oh, it wasn't really anything. Anyway, so this is what really happened.
I'm gonna scoot back a little bit, because your head is getting cut off. There you go.
Okay, so this is what really happened. We went to the doctor's office. My doctor didn't do it. I kind of had wanted her to do it because, I mean, that's my doctor and there's something going inside of me. But it was actually, I guess you would call him a...
Hystosalpingogrammer.
HSG doctor. It was actually at a different facility because my doctor's office does not have where they can do that test at. So we went to the doctor's office, and basically it's kind of like when you go down for an x-ray. I don't know if you've ever had an x-ray before, but it's kind of in that same area. You're not allowed to, you know, like, I don't know, wear metal or
It's an X-ray.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's essentially an X-ray, because what happened is that I had to wait until my period came on to be able to take the test. She was like, okay, whenever your period starts, give us a call and we'll schedule the test for you. So I call up there thinking they're going to schedule the test for, like maybe the day after my period, the next day, whenever. I called up there. She was like, oh, okay, we'll schedule it. I started my period on Thursday. She was like, okay, we'll schedule it for Tuesday. I was like, my period is still going to be going on. I have a 7-day cycle. She was like, oh yeah, you're supposed to be on your period when they take the test. Now listen, I may have spaced out once I heard the word catheter, but I don't remember anybody telling me anything about they're gonna stick something down there while there's blood already down there. So anyway, on that Tuesday, I woke up my old bloody self, and we went down to the doctor's office, and we went into the little X-ray area, and of course I had to take off all my clothes. I think I took off everything. Waist
Bottom.
down.
Yeah,
Everything,
down.
waist down. So I think I was able to keep my shirt on, right?
Well, you took off everything waist to ankles. I mean, all you took off
Well,
was your
I kept my
pants and
socks on.
panties. I mean,
Yeah, I had to take off all my under stuff, my bottom stuff. So and I had to put on the little the little giant napkin thing. The what is it?
It's like it's a lead. It's like a lead, not a lead, but it's like it's just an apron that you wear to protect.
Essentially. So I put on the little
everything
apron thing, and since it wasn't my doctor, I was kind of like, I don't know what kind of doctor I'm gonna get. So we had he had a couple of people assisting. Well, not assisting. He had one person who was assisting. She was like a nurse.
Yeah.
She was kind of like a nurse. And then he let me know that they were going to have a student coming in watching. So I was like, okay, sure. I don't know why she would want to see this, but.
No, that student was creepy. She busy sitting there like, what are you looking at? It was like, I'm already in a sensitive place because my wife has to be opened up and examined. But then I got like this chick in the corner looking like she's grading her. Like I'm like, what are you looking at exactly? Then she started writing stuff down. I'm like, is she drawing? It was concerning. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was awkward.
So,
And that was for me. I wasn't even getting it done. I was just watching. I was a spectator like her. But she busy grading it. I don't know.
So anyway, then the doctor comes out, and he's just kind of like, I guess since he wasn't my doctor, and I guess since he does procedures like that a lot, he didn't care about me.
He was like, hey, what's up?
He was just like, like, I'm visibly freaking it. Like,
He's like, what's up, bro? Let me go ahead and hop inside that real quick.
no, like, because first of all, I have kind of a low pain tolerance, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about having childbirth, blah. I have a low pain tolerance. I know that about myself, and I am slowly getting over this. But
no pain tolerance.
I have a low pain tolerance.
Like, check it out. I cut my finger the other day trying to do something, and I mean, I cut it like almost all the way through. Like, my finger is done, right? I'm like, ow, for like a few minutes. My wife has stubbed her toe and cried about it for like a solid 30 minutes straight.
Anyway.
It was. No, remember that time we were at the other house? Remember that, the other apartment?
It must
and
really
you had
hurt.
hit your foot, and you fell on the floor. And I was like, what happened? You're like, I hit my foot. Remember? No pain. Zero.
Anyway, so I already have a low pain tolerance, and now you're telling me you're gonna stick a catheter in my uterus? Well, my cervix? In my cervix?
Cervix is the door to the uterus. So.
Yeah, you're gonna stick a catheter in my cervix? So the guy comes in, and obviously he doesn't care anything about me. Honestly, the nurse was nicer to me than he was. He just kind of was like, are you done yet? I was like, no, it still hurts. So basically I had to get onto the little table thing, and they made me like prop myself up and everything up in there. And the nurse, bless her heart, she held my hand. Nobody told her about my grip. I was trying not to squeeze, but she held my hand, and he put the little needle in there, and it hurt. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurt. It was like...
Now remember, this is considering the fact that she has zero pain tolerance.
Well, okay, so let me be a little bit more specific. It felt kind of like, they told me already it was gonna feel like cramps. And it did feel like cramps, but it was really painful cramps. Like, for me, the way that my cycle works, I have the first 3 days, I have awful cramps, like don't want to get out of bed type cramps, and then they'll kind of slow down, and then I'll just go to regular bleeding. These were like day 2 type cramps. Like it hurt. Like I was like, oh my gosh. I started crying. I was like, oh my, what is happening right now? And it got all like warm. It was like when you have cramps and you also had to, you know, like go to the bathroom. Oh my gosh. So I'm just sitting here like, oh, and it got all warm, like in my stomach, in my uterus area.
Uterus.
Yeah. I was like, oh, when
now
is
mind
this gonna
y'all,
be
remember
over?
the idea here is that it is going through and flushing out your whole uterus, which by the way is only about this big.
Flush.
Uterus ain't that big. It's only about this big.
Oh.
I was
When
watching
you're
the
cramping-
X-ray.
When you're cramping, it's this big.
Right. I was watching the X-ray, so I'm seeing everything that's happening. The uterus is only about this big. The fallopian tubes are thinner than my finger, my little finger. So it's literally rushing through all of that. It's going really fast. So what she was feeling was the rushing sensation of all of that happening at once. And then what happened, I watched them pump it like 2 or 3 times. They kept like putting more and more of the ink inside of her. So like you can kind of see how it all flushed out, and you know, it was awkward to watch.
Bruh, it hurt. It was awkward to feel. And mind you, I had taken how many
800.
she prescribed me ibuprofen 800.
1600. You took 2.
It was 800. I took 2. I think I took 2. Yeah, because I know I have a little pain.
Because I was like, you OD.
I think I took 2. You're supposed to take about an hour before. I took about an hour before. So I mean, I don't know. I don't want to know what it would have felt like if I hadn't have taken any. But it hurt, and it lasted like after he was done. Because the whole thing took maybe like less than 15 minutes. Maybe like, what, 10 minutes? If that. It barely took any time.
It depends if are you counting when you laid down, when you walked in?
When he started with the needle.
When he started, only about 10 minutes.
Yeah. So it didn't take long, and you know, he didn't really tell me anything because he's not my doctor and he doesn't really care. So he was like, okay, you'll hear from your doctor with the results. We'll get it to the radiologist, and then they'll get it to your doctor, and they'll call and discuss the results with you. So, you know, once the test was over, I got up, and it was like, because you know, all that ink has to come out. So it was like, what? Oh, it was like it was just weird. All the ink, not all of it, but it was just coming out, and it just kept coming out. And so, you know, I was trying to clean myself in the bathroom, but it just kept coming. So they give you a little pad to put on. Well, my doctor's office, they gave me a little pad to put on. I already had some because I was on my period, but you know, I put the pad on, and basically for like the rest of the day, I want to say, it was just, I would just feel stuff coming out of me. I'd just be walking and yep, something just came out of me, and that was it. I want to say the cramps subsided maybe like an hour at the most.
Because her cycle is interesting. The first 2 days are the worst. Then the middle, the first 3 days are the worst. Then the last 2 days are it's basically subsiding. It's just nothing. Like basically it's nothing. Her period legit only lasts about 3 days. The other 2 days,
5 days.
the other 2 to 3
First of all,
days,
it's 7 days.
I know,
5.
and that's what I'm saying. So the other 2 to 3 days after that is spotting. The last day typically is like nothing.
No, it's like the first 3 days are really bad, and I'm a really heavy bleeder. So the first days are really bad, heavy bleeding, really bad cramping, and then the 4th and 5th day is it's not really crampy. Like I might have some residual cramps, and then my bleeding is kind of like it's moderating itself, so it's kind of trying to go down. The last 2 days though, by then it's just like
It's like nothing. But let's go ahead and explain something real quick. So after we took the test, we went ahead and went on vacation. The first vacation we've taken in a long time. Once we went on that vacation, of course, we did what people who are married do on vacations. Duh. So,
to do with anything.
I'm getting to that. So, basically, after the vacation was over and we got on the bus, we actually got the call from the doctor, and the results came in. And the results were?
Oh, so we got the call from the doctor. I mean, I wasn't done.
We
with
got
the
3
story.
minutes on the SD card. Figure it out.
Oh. Shh. Honey, oh my gosh, I don't have time for all this editing. Shh.
Look!
So anyway, so we got the call from the doctor, maybe I want to say a week later or so. Well, actually what happened was we called up there and somebody read my results to me, and they kind of not scared us, but they kind of worried us a bit because
I think it looks like there's some uterine scarring. Like uterine scarring, like bro, if you don't shut your
So it was another guy. You know, he's not my doctor, and he didn't really care about me.
Timothy.
So he was reading the results. He was like, "Oh, you know, everything is clear. Your tubes are clear." That's my bird. Your tubes are clear and everything. It looks like there might be some scarring in your uterus. What? Do you know how that? Do you know how that got there?
And then after he said that, he was like, "But that's all we see. So that's pretty much it. What? Just call you later."
Your doctor will explain the rest to you. I was like, what? Where can that come from? He was like, oh, well, you know, have you had any operations down there, surgeries? Have you had an abortion and all this stuff? And I was like, no. The only thing I had was a miscarriage, you know, about a year ago.
Oh, yeah, that might have did it.
Because it wasn't the miscarriage per se. It was when we went to the emergency room and...
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, the ER doctor messed me up. So we thought it was that at first. And so we just kind of were like, oh, for like the whole week. It kind of like, it didn't mess up.
It bummed me out.
But he was definitely...
It bummed me out.
Every 5 minutes, he was like, did your doctor call? Did your doctor call?
So finally, once we were on the bus and the vacation was over, we got the call.
Yes. So my doctor finally did call, and she was basically like, I looked at the test myself, and you're fine. Your tubes are clear. Your uterus is clear.
Yeah.
There's not really any scar.
She was A-okay. There was nothing wrong.
There's nothing there.
Everything was clear. We praised God for like days.
Yes.
Because what you guys got to realize is it's not only the anxiety of waiting for a test result, but also not knowing the result. Because you got to realize we haven't had a child or been pregnant in a year and a half. That's a big deal to a lot of people because it's like, well, shoot, something must be wrong with one of us. So once we found out she was cleared of all charges, it was great.
All my other tests came back good. So,
she can lactate. You know, her thyroid's fine.
Yep.
I mean,
so the HSG was the last thing, and you know, thank God that is perfectly fine. So I'm perfectly clear and healthy and everything. But I just wanted to, you know, let you guys know how the test went, because I think the test part was more stressful than the results, because I was like, oh. So if you do end up getting one of those, or, you know, all I can say is take your pain medicine, make sure you got your pads. Take some pain medicine afterwards.
Yep.
Eat some food that you like. Try to chill out, you know, because at the end of the day, it's the best thing. The best thing is that you get to know if there's something there. You know, if there's not something there, you know, because my family has a history of fibroids, so you have to realize how much of a blessing it was to find out that I was healthy.
Another video, so stay tuned.
Yeah. So, but anyway, just wanted to let y'all know how that was. Stay tuned. We are gonna, you know, I'll be posting some more updates and everything.
Actually, real quick, 2 facts. Fact number 1. After the HSG test, there's actually a higher chance to get pregnant because it could have actually flushed things out. That's awesome. Fact number 2, it takes right around month 1 to month 3 for that to happen. So if you guys got an HSG test done recently, comment below, let us know. And
get tested.
Get tested, guys.
Get tested. You
never know.
Yeah, you need to know. But anyway, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. See y'all next time. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good.
Baby.